Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is me, Jordan Young. This is another 1000's Certified Hood Classic, and today I'm going to be taking you guys through one of the most robust, all-involving, and thorough wear tests of any shoes at any time ever. The other day, I gave you guys my raw, unadulterated review on the Air Max 1000's, which just released a couple of days ago, I think, in this particular colorway called the Oatmeal, as well as the black colorway, which was a Zellerfeld exclusive. And given that I was one of the select few privileged people to receive this shoe early, I thought I would come out heavy with the wear test to let you guys know how these things hold up under multiple scenarios. So that's what's going on. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I generally take the piss out of wear test videos because what do you actually expect is going to happen? I'm gonna wear some shoes, I'm gonna put them under some plantar flexion, they're maybe gonna get a little bit dirtied and creased, and so what possible novel type of information can we possibly hope to expect? And the reality is, this video is no different, but let me at least first lay out what I did in these things in order to try to put them through their paces, because it is like thorough, it's legit, trust me, honestly. So on Sunday, I went with my lovely wife and my lovely dogs to the forest. We did 12 kilometers of walking through multiple different woodland scenarios. The various landscapes these shoes came into contact with consisted of stones, pebbles, mud, horse shit, cow shit, dog shit, twigs, branches, berries, lakes, ditches, rivers. You get the picture. On Monday, I decided to take these for 18 holes of golf to a golf course here in London called Hainault, which is very hilly and pretty crap. It's not a great course, to be honest. You guys in the States would describe it as a muni or a municipal course where you can basically just pitch up and play, obviously book in your tee time. So yeah, I took these around 18 holes. I didn't actually play too bad in them, to be fair, but given they were pretty decent the previous day as a walking shoe, felt like these would be absolutely fine to play golf in, and they were fine to play golf in. The only problem is when you play golf, there's a lot of rotational velocity that goes into the floor when you are swinging through the shots, and so because the grip on these isn't fantastic, these would be absolutely diabolical to play in if there were like wet conditions or misty or dewy conditions. You'd be sliding all over the place. The only other problem is when you're rotating through your shot and you're finishing on your follow through, these don't have anything in the way of a toe support or a toe cap wherein you can kind of push off on your follow through. So they're not a great golf shoe, but they were fine. These would actually be good as like a top golf shoe or if you were just going to the driving range, but for playing 18 holes of golf, not great, but they did hold up. So as a general all-day walking shoe, they're absolutely fine. Let me try to describe the ride for you. So basically, you've got the waffle sole on the outsole, which is the legendary Bill Bowerman outsole technology, first made famous on the running shoes of the 70s. And then you've got the air unit in the back of the foot, which is obviously Tinker Hatfield's claim to fame, the masterpiece. The outsole itself, to the touch, is very firm. And then as you press up onto the midsole, it's a little bit squishier. The whole shoe is made up of this recycled TPU foam. It's patented Zeller foam technology. And so basically, as you proceed north from the bottom of the shoe up, it becomes a little bit more squishy. The material at the top of the shoe is a lot softer, it's a lot more bouncy, it's a lot more flexible than the material composition at the bottom of the shoe. So you basically get a nice firm ride down low and you get a nice squishy upper, but you do also have a nice element of response from the air unit as well as the makeup of the foam on the midsole. So I would describe the ride as firm but responsive. And in terms of the uppers of the shoe, I went a half size up, which I would probably recommend you guys do if you are in the market for a pair of these. True to size should be fine, but I like a little bit of extra room in and around the toe area. I don't really like it when foam shoes fit a little bit too snug because some of the sharp edges can cinch in a little bit on the foot, making them a little bit uncomfortable. So I would describe the fit on the upper as being like form-fitting, like these didn't feel like they were gonna slip off at any one point. I'd describe the upper material as nice and flexible, and because of the wave pattern on the midsole here, where you find the creases in the wave pattern, it affords a nice bit of natural flex in the material on the upper when you are walking. So the shoe is sort of like ergonomically designed to flex with your feet as you walk, meaning they're like pretty solid walking shoe all day, as my 12K in the forest would certainly attest to. Now, I was gonna go for a run in these as well, but I'm a little bit injured at the moment, so I can't run. So yeah, put it this way, the wear test I feel was pretty solid, in that over the 2 days, the Sunday and the Monday, I probably would have knocked up between like 35K in these, because I was chucking these on for walks with the dogs in between the big forest walks as well as the golf. So yeah, I definitely put some good Ks on these in order to determine that these are, as a general walking shoe and as just a general everyday shoe, absolutely fine. The only downside is that they're a little bit heavy, they're a little bit clunky, and they're a little bit sort of chunky. It's not like these were so good for walking that I would actually walk in these over and above my actual running shoes or walking shoes or trail shoes. No, these like aren't gonna be replacing any of those shoes anytime soon. And so is this a foam shoe, a 3D printed shoe that is going to work outside of the context of just knocking about at home? Because I feel like most people are probably thinking about getting this shoe as a replacement for maybe a pair of foam slides or foam runners or something like that, just to wear around the house. And I actually think these are appropriate to take out onto the streets and wear casually and not just wear around the house. And I feel like that's something you're gonna wanna do because of the price point these things are coming in at, and at like 180 bucks, that's a lot of money, man. That's just about as expensive as any other pair of sneakers out there right now. So this is kind of like a go-between of a foam shoe, a slide, and a sneaker that you can wear with a cool fit out in the streets. And you can wear them all day and get away with them being really, really comfortable. So yeah, shout out to Zellerfeld, shout out to Nike. And while we're on it, man, shout out to Seth Fowler as well, who actually just sent me out a pair of his Apothecary mules, which are dropping a little bit later on this month. These things feature the same type of look, aesthetic, the same type of 3D printed technology. They've also got the same type of infill, or not exactly the same type of infill, but very similar material compositions to the Air Max 1000s. And these things are also mad comfy as well. So yeah, in the space of like 3 or 4 days, I've pretty much become a Zellerfeld convert. And so the big question before we finish off is like, how do these things actually scrub up? So as you can see here, these things have been through the battlefields. These things are dirty. These things are gunked up. How do they scrub up? Are these going to freshen up just like new? Well, in order to do that, let's go through the cleaning process. So the first thing I did, I didn't really like research this. I just thought this would be the thing to do. I just filled up a bucket with soap and water, nothing crazy. Chucked in a couple of sprays of something that was lying around the kitchen. This has to be effective for some type of cleaning. And then, bro, I just chucked the shoes in there to soak for like an hour while I did some other stuff. After an hour, I took to scrubbing them up just with a soft bristled brush and literally no additional cleaning products, just to get the dirt away. I did wonder how easy these would be to clean because of just how intricate the like printing is. These have like a lot of little cavities and a lot of like little holes, and yeah, it's a really intricate printed woven type setup where you feel like a lot of the dirt can find a home in. So yeah, I was quite surprised to find that these cleaned up really nicely and really easily, in fact. And I just left them to dry in the sun for a couple of hours, and boom, lo and behold, here we go. These things have scrubbed up pretty fantastically, I think it has to be said. They look not like brand new because the outsole is still showing some pretty solid wear, but in terms of the upper, they look clean as. So yeah, if you're worried about getting these messed up and you're wondering how they're going to clean up, they clean up absolutely fantastic. And so there we go, 35-40 kilometers of walking, playing golf, traversing tree stumps, and wading through crap. There we go, there's the test. Now if you're thinking, okay bro, the oatmeals were limited, the black pair were limited, like when am I going to be able to actually come up on a pair? I actually think these are going to be made pretty widely available very soon. Obviously with the first releases, they want to make them limited, they want to drive up the hype, they want to get people excited so that the appetite is ferocious by the time they come to wheel out a pair with decent numbers behind it. Just wait around a little bit for the next sets of colorways to come out, and I'm sure you'll be able to pick these up easily for retail and probably on sale further down the line. So yeah, very cool shoe, very comfortable shoe, fun to wear, easy to wear, appropriate to wear all day in my opinion. What do you guys think about these shoes? Feel free to let me know down below, and I will see you on the next one. If you guys want to see more wear tests like these, man, just let me know and I'll be happy to keep on bringing them out for you guys. But I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care for now, and peace.